when men and women are launching their career, they often have the idea that they each want to have a highly successful career and they want to have great work-life balance and that they're going to be able to make it work and it's going to be pretty easy. And what tends to happen then, because they enter into a world that has really strong norms around gender, around what mothers are, what fathers are, and what good employees are like, is that once children come into the relationship, oftentimes the mother has got a much, much heavier load and finds that she has to pull back a little bit. And over time, people who thought that they were going to have this really equally divided family life find that one person is working way longer hours and with greater intensity than typically he wanted to, while the other person has made career sacrifices that don't feel right either. So I have been researching dual careers since the late 1990s when I was a doctoral student. I wasn't a dual career myself, pursuing a PhD, had a husband, still have the husband, who works in high tech, and 2 daughters at the same time. So I basically started researching the problem that I was experiencing as well as a problem that's common to hundreds of millions of other people. Organizations tend to push the question of work-life balance off onto individual employees, and the message you might get is try and work something out with your supervisor, or try and get more support at home so that you're less stressed and you can get your work done. And unfortunately, individual solutions don't get at the root of the problem. They don't lead to sustainable solutions. So what does work is really looking systematically and systemically, having partners get together and figure out what kind of life they do want to have together, and actually redesigning the way that they work at home, and to the extent possible, redesigning the way that they work at work. Part of it comes down to having really open conversations and getting clear on what it is that a couple wants. If 2 partners decide that we really want to make sure we keep our weekends free, for example, to spend time with family, and we're going to try and hold each other to that and make sure that if one person goes into a really busy period at work where they have to work a few weekends, that doesn't become habitual. So negotiating dual careers is not a one-time exercise. It really is an ongoing series of conversations of checking in with your partner and seeing how is this working right now? What might we need to shift? When you think about the type of demands that both people experience and what they're trying to achieve in their careers, putting everybody's needs out on the table and thinking about what do we really, really want to prioritize here, and what might each person have to shift their focus on a little bit is vitally important. A lot of times there might be a partner who's feeling dissatisfied with their own career, feeling a little bit of resentment that they've made some sacrifices that aren't being recognized. And meanwhile, on the other side, the other partner's feeling some resentment about the level of workload that they're carrying. That's a really common dynamic that happens in couples, and it's important to try and avoid that, or if that has arisen, to talk through and get back in touch with each person's key values and what the shared vision is as a couple for how they want to have their lives together, as well as their individual careers.